Hello, I'm Bill Pollock. Welcome to Missouri Net Mornings. I want to take you back nearly 4 years ago. You remember this. Here's some video from CNN and Miami Heat TV. Give a listen.
To win championships. Not one, championships.
Not two.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven. Hey, and when I say that,
LeBron James predicting 8 championships
and when I
with
say that, I
him,
really
Wade,
believe
and Chris
it.
Bosh.
I'm not just up here blowing smoke at none of these fans,
Right.
because that's not what I'm about. I'm about
Right.
business, and
Business.
we
Right.
believe we can win multiple
Yeah, look at Chris Bosh is licking his lip. Chris Bosh is nervous. Watch it. Chris Bosh is nervous. Look at him.
Multiple championships.
He's thinking to himself, LeBron, man, you got to shut up. You have to shut up. We haven't done anything yet. You got to be quiet. Look at these guys. They paraded them on stage like rock stars.
Right way. We're going to challenge each other in practice.
Right. Yeah.
And the way we're going to challenge each other to get better in practice, once the game starts, I mean, it's going to be easy. I mean,
Look at Bosh. Man, don't be saying that. Look at Chris. I mean, look, I like Bosh because I think he's a pretty down-to-earth guy, and I think he was uncomfortable in that situation. So, hey, look, Miami Heat, 4 trips to the finals, 4 years in a row. Not bad. In that time span, regular season wins, 224 wins, 88 losses. And they went 2-2 in the finals. Well, they're not going to win 8. They're probably not even going to win 4, and LeBron's probably gone. But my point to today's video is we need to give some credit to the San Antonio Spurs, not just in basketball, but in sports, in our 4 major sports that we follow. Because what they have done since 1996 is just absolutely amazing. And, of course, They demolished the Heat in this series 4-1 for their 5th NBA title in that time span. So going back to 1996. Now Miami's a good basketball team. They've won 3 NBA titles in that time span. So going back to 1996, the Heat have 9 seasons of 50 or more wins, and 4 of them have come in the last 4 seasons with LeBron. And as I mentioned, in the last 4 years, 224 wins. San Antonio, since 1996, get ready for this. In 1996, they had 20 wins. They went 20-62. They then went 15 seasons of 50 or more wins. In fact, 16 straight years of 50 or more wins, but there was a year in there where they had the lockout or the strike, I think with lockout, and they didn't play enough games. San Antonio's run is incredible. Now, in that same 4-year span that we just talked about with LeBron and Miami, where they went 224 and 88, San Antonio is 231 and 81 in that time. So they're 7 games better than the Miami Heat. So we got to start giving credit to them. So then I was thinking, all right, they by far, if you look over the last since 96, the last 16, 18 years, they are by far the best NBA team, most consistent. Nobody talks about them. They're still running stories on ESPN about Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and what's LeBron going to do next. They should be focusing in on the Spurs because this is an incredible run. So I went back and looked, and I didn't go through every single team, but I tried to take the top teams in the other sports. And we'll start with baseball. I mean, when you think of the top baseball team since 96 with Tony La Russa here, you got to think of the Cardinals, right? And then you've got to think of the New York Yankees. And so I looked at teams that had that winning percentage of where they won 60% of their games. And since 1996, the Cardinals have done it twice. The New York Yankees had the best in baseball 8 times. So they've only been able to do it 8 times since 1996, win 60% of their games or more. Now, baseball may be a little bit tougher, but then I looked at the NHL. They play the same number of games as the NBA. The Pittsburgh Penguins had some dominating teams. I checked since 1996. They only did it 2 times. The Detroit Red Wings, who were the top of hockey for several years in the late 90s and the early 2000s, they only won 60% of their games during the regular season 5 times. I mean, we're talking about the Spurs doing it 15 times since 1996. And then the NFL is the only teams that got close. So I was looking at teams that had 10 wins. Indianapolis with Peyton Manning, did it 13 times in that time span since 1996. New England 14 times. Still not as good as the San Antonio Spurs. The only team that I could think of off the top of my head that is better than the Spurs were the San Francisco 49ers, who in a span of 22 years, but this is going back all the way back to 1981 to 2002, they had 19 seasons of those 22 where they won 10 or more games. So, I mean, you're talking about modern sports right now with salary caps, free agency. The San Antonio Spurs, by far the best franchise in all four sports, hands down. Congratulations to them. More people should be covering them. News outlets, sports outlets that cover professional sports and cover basketball should be doing more on the San Antonio Spurs, and more should be talked about them. Have a great day. Thanks for watching us here at MissouriNet.com.